Hey people, welcome to Reno Recap. I am Natalie Lee, the owner of Design Build Sell, and in this video series, we will be going over designs and jobs that we have finished and posted on Facebook. This will give you a good behind the scenes peek at why we chose some of the stuff we did, some of our design features. I might even give you a couple sources, any funny stories or job problems. This will be the place to hear it all about those finished pictures that you guys love to look at. So let's get started. So today we are going to be looking at this amazing master bathroom that we have just completed. These clients were so great. The design came out just over the top. If I was a bathroom, I would look like this. So it's really good. But here's the space we are talking about. So check this beauty out. Isn't it gorgeous? So what I love about this space right here is it really reads as like a high-end luxury hotel. And that wasn't even really the vibe we were going for, but we just knew that the space needed to fit our client. They're a classy client. They're a really cool couple. We had a great time with them, but it needed to have some style along with an elegance, but still with an approachability. And while it's a husband and wife, they didn't need it to be too masculine, too feminine. They didn't want too farmhouse, yet too modern. So I think we really did a good job tying all these things together. So go ahead and take a look at this vanity. If you see here in this picture, the vanity that we have here, you'll notice it's a front panel vanity, a flat panel vanity, sorry. There's no shaker style, there's no raised edges, anything like that. And it just gives a nice, clean, sleek look to the space. I know right now so many people are doing the shaker style, which we still do a lot, but this is actually a great look where it won't compete lines-wise. You don't want too many different lines going on in the space. The nice flat panel really is a sleek look, and it's easy to wipe down too and keep clean. If you notice, we paired that with the gold fixtures. If you see these here, these fixtures are a huge hit in our jobs lately. You'll notice if you actually go through a bunch of our job picks, this collection is one that we use a lot. I actually have it in my own personal home, and I'll actually go ahead and tell you the source. It's the Delta Stryke collection. It's S-T-R-Y-K-E. This collection has different handles on it, but the lines of it are really great. If you notice, if you look again at this faucet, it's got a nice little bit of a curve to it, but there's still some straight edge. This champagne bronze color that they offer is unmatched right now in the marketplace. It really is one of my favorites. So we use it a lot. If someone's wanting that gold tone, this is a really safe bet because it's beautiful, but it's not super shiny. It's not overwhelming. It doesn't compete too much in the space. And these fixtures just feel good, guys. I always tell clients, spend some money on the stuff that you touch because that's the stuff you're going to be literally enjoying every day. So you want to have some good fixtures in a space. Save money on some other things, but definitely get good plumbing fixtures. For the lighting in the space, we just kept it super sleek, elegant. And if you see here, we did the sconces. These sconces were just amazing, but we had so many issues with them at first because if you see in this pic right here that we'll drop up here, they kept sending us sconces that were different colors. So we would have, I think it was like 5, but we needed 3, but we had 4, but it was 2 of each color. So we kept both sets and then asked for one more, hoping that that one that they would send would match one of the sets that we had. But it ended up working out really well. So they are more of a rich, deep, traditional bronzy gold color, which really plays nicely. And something that people ask me is, do you have to make all your tones match? So if you want to do some gold in a space, it doesn't all have to be the exact same thing. So like I said, we had a champagne's bronze plumbing fixtures, but our mirrors and our light fixtures are actually different shades of that bronzy gold and with a little bit of a different finish. If you see again, these sconces almost have a slight antique finish to them. So it just offers a nice thing. And if you look in the reflection in the mirror, we just chose a really simple chandelier with nice clean lines. Again, it has a classic element with the candlestick vibe, but then some nice, simple, thin, arms, the candelabra arms, to keep it more updated. So you don't need to have all the little swirly things that you saw a lot in the 90s. So that really just rounded out the lighting package in the space. Again, we just kept it simple and didn't go over the top. Something else you'll notice about the mirrors, if you see in these pictures, they actually stand out from the wall. These are a great way to add depth to your space. Plenty of times we'll just do mirrors that stay flat on the wall, but if you're trying to add some dimension, especially since we have these sconces that come out from the wall, I think they're probably a good 6 to 8 inches coming off the wall, you didn't want the mirror to get lost. So we almost needed to bring that mirror forward a little bit so it wouldn't get lost between all the sconces. So these were a great option. A lot of times we buy our mirrors online if we know exactly what we're looking for and we can get the information we need. But there's many times where I tell clients, hey, like, let's get this space going and then I will go and source something local. And you guys know, I mean, there's so many great things you can find at Marshall's, TJ Maxx, Hobby Lobby even is a great source for mirrors if you just check back. These were actually found at the At Home store, which was a surprise. I don't typically go in there, but I went in there one day and I saw this mirror and I was like, oh my gosh, it's perfect. So those are the kind of things you want to look for mirrors, is make sure that you try some local vendors, places that rotate their stock frequently. And many times you'll find a good steal like that. And these actually ended up being much cheaper than we would have paid if we tried to go from a bigger retailer online. For the knobs on the cabinetry, if you'll see, they're just a sleek, modern look. They have sort of a geometric shape to them, giving it some interest, adding to the line definition, just not a straight pull. It needed to have some shape to it to sort of reflect some of the shapes that we were using in the rest of the bathroom. And again, it's another brushed gold color. So if I count up, I've got 4 to 5 different gold tones in the same room, and everything looks really good once it all comes together. Another fun thing with this job was the client, the husband actually works for corporate of a national tile company. So the challenge for us in this design was we needed to source all the tile from this company, of course. So it was kind of neat. A lot of times we're, the world is our oyster. We have to go find out where we want to find the tile, go to different places, mix and match from different vendors. But this time it was neat. Like, we were just given one store and told, hey, like, you got to make it work. So that was really cool. So Holly, here's a picture of Holly. If you have a job with us, 80% of the jobs that DBS does now, Holly is part of the design team. So we just had a great time with this. So we just would go to the stores and try and figure out what to do. Again, like I said, usually we go to multiple stores, but this time we walked into the store and we're like, okay, we got to make it work and it's got to be awesome. And I think we really pulled it off in this space. The tile, if you look here, I don't know if you guys can see it, we'll pop it up on the screen, but the floor tile is actually a larger tile. The client really wanted to make sure we did I believe it's 15 by 30, which is larger than the typical 12 by 24 if you're doing a larger floor tile. And it actually looks really sleek in the space. What's nice about using a larger floor tile is there's less grout lines and just a more sleek look. So this particular tile is a polished tile, so it has a nice little reflection to it. It has a good pattern to it. It looks like a very natural, light, soft marble effect to it. And again, the larger tile makes the space feel long and grand, and it was just a really sleek look. We paired that with a square tile in the shower with a handmade vibe to it. So you see a lot of subway tile shape, which is the long rectangular shape, which that'll be around. It is around. It has been around forever, but it has been a trend the last 5 to 7 years. And square is coming back. So if you look forward in design, which I try and sort of always edge my clients to where things are headed and what will get them the most design longevity, the square shape is coming back. So we wanted to pull that into the space, give it that modern touch, but then we didn't want it to feel too modern, so we chose a tile that has a bit of a handmade edge. And when I say handmade edge, that means it's just sort of imperfect, has a little bit of a wave to it, and that just makes it not feel, machine printed, cut exactly right. So it's really nice when you see it together. I'll give you a close-up of the tile. As you see, again, it just has a little bit of a wave, a little bit of a texture to it, gives it some dimension. We paired that with a Pebble Floor. I do a Pebble Floor. We do a Pebble Floor a lot because it gives a natural element to a space and helps it not, feel too industrial. A lot of the designs that we do, we lean to a clean, modern edge. That will be sort of the backbone of a lot of our designs, because I don't like things to feel too frilly or too country or too, whatever. So there's always like nice, clean, hard edges, but the Pebble Tile is a quick and easy way to soften a design, to bring it back down, to make it feel a little more natural and not as jarring or hard. So you'll see that in a lot of our designs, and this one is no different. So we paired that with a nice neutral Pebble Tile. It balances out the space, again, brings in that natural element, and as you see in the pictures, the client's decor, they added the orchid flower. So again, it just sort of plays off that nature aspect and making it feel more like a spa than a commercial bathroom space. And then take a look where the shower actually started. You see this picture? Yeah, don't make fun of it because it's probably in your home too if you haven't renovated yet. But this was the deal of the day, right? It's just the framed shower door. You either had gold or the stainless steel frame on it. But you'll notice that there's a wall. If you see the wall there to the side, those are knee walls, pony walls, half walls, whatever your contractor or wherever you are in the nation, there's different terms for it. We typically call it a knee wall. So the knee wall space there really closes off the shower. And then if you go and see here, when we do our showers, the new showers that we do typically don't have that knee wall unless someone really wants it for privacy. We have a client right now that they really would like that because they just don't like feeling so exposed in the glass shower. But typically we get rid of that knee wall. We do the frameless glass shower doors. We raise the height of the shower doors, so we exaggerate the height of it so it's not just a standard height. This helps to raise the feeling of the whole room. So these are some of the details we pay attention to when we're designing your space. Coming back to the vanity section, if you look at the vanities, God, it's just so pretty. It's so good. I'm getting excited about our own work, but if you notice that we mimicked the shape of the mirror into the sink. So a lot of times I like to do a square sink, but this time it made more sense to do it with a nice rounded edge since we did have a lot of straight lines to add some curve to it, sort of reflect the mirror. Was sort of the direction we went there. So again, it's all those little details that we pay attention to that help your design stand out above either doing it yourself or having someone who's perhaps less experienced pull the design together for you. And take a look at the before picture of the bathtub. This is, again, a tub that's probably in your house unless you've renovated. It's just the built-in soaker, jetted, whirlpool extravaganza with the cultured marble sides. So obviously we take that out. This family is not big on, bath bathing. They're not into the soaking tub situation. So we just got a very simple, here's the after pic. So we just obviously took out the old one, added a nice, simple, freestanding tub in there. And then what we do for most of our designs when it can fit in the space is we do these deck mount faucets. So if you look in the picture here, the faucet is just right behind the tub. We'll try and add a little arrow there. There's a shelf, a ledge, a little knee wall, as we could say, with the faucet on top that just pours into the tub. This stops you from having to deal with a freestanding faucet, where to place it. A lot of times the hardware for a freestanding faucet can be also very expensive. So if you do a deck mounted tub fillers, that's what they're called, deck mounted tub filler, you can have a little bit of cost savings there too. And what people like about having these knee walls and these decks at the back is then you still have somewhere to put your candles, your soap, your glass of wine, your chocolate, whatever it is you enjoy in the bathtub. You still have a spot for all those toiletries and articles that you might want with you at bath time. So you'll see this again. And the top of that, if you look here again, this is just a quartz top. You will see that quartz pulled through behind the tub on the shower, the base of the shower where the glass doors attached to. We do curb tops in the quartz, and then we also do it on the vanity. So whatever we choose for the vanity, we typically pull through the whole space to add that unifying feature all across the room. And color-wise, as you'll see, we just kept this bathroom super neutral. There's so many different whites in the marketplace, and we really make sure to match the white or the light gray or the taupe or whatever it is to your tile and to your fixtures. We chose that moody color for the vanity just to add some depth to the space and really anchor it and give it a really great focal point, and the rest just kind of fades away around it. So we help you pick the right whites, which is a great look, guys. White is classic again. Will white everything stay around forever? No. So I think that's why it's great, pulling, a wood vanity, or like in here we did sort of this moody gray smoky vanity. It just keeps the space fresh. It feels like a spa. It's always going to be a favorite of mine in a bathroom. And then, when times change, you can always paint the walls. That's the easiest thing to change out. And hopefully we gave this family a classic design that they will enjoy for many years to come. So that's it. Hopefully you enjoyed this little Reno recap. Stay tuned because next week we are going to be posting another space and following it up with another video. So we really appreciate you guys watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this, and we will see you soon.